We've all been asking why Lonzo Ball doesn't tell his father to pipe down, but apparently he has another approach. Ignore him. Our Ramona Shelburne asked Lonzo about LaVar's latest threat that he'll leave the Lakers if his brothers aren't drafted by them. Lonzo's response, no reaction. I always just play. He always talks. It's always been the same way. Max, should Lonzo be tuning out his father?
Lonzo should be doing whatever he's been doing. All of a sudden, he's got to change. He was a star at UCLA. He was the second overall pick in the draft. He is the starting point guard for the Los Angeles Lakers. He just turned 20 years old. What is the sky falling? Like, everyone, talk about fall back. Everyone fall back. He needs to tune out. Stephen A. Smith is who he needs to tune out, not his father. He knows Lonzo knows how to deal with his father.
You're getting blamed
He's been
for
dealing
a lot
with him his whole life.
Only
and by the way,
Max
no, you are the scapegoat on so much lately.
I have scapegoated you a bit.
Blame me for Markelle Fultz. That was an all-timer right there. Like, it's my
For all the world's problems, put it on Stephen A.'s shoulders.
It's my fault that the dude all of a sudden started shooting like this.
It is. It is.
What is that?
Put pressure on him, Stephen.
What is that? I mean, come on now.
Don't tune out the guy who helped get you to the place you are now, which is, I mean, LaVar Ball helped get Lonzo to 20-year-old starting point guard for the Lakers, multimillionaire, star in college, world famous.
He's got to tune some of it out. His dad makes ridiculous statements.
My point is he doesn't have to change anything. He's been dealing with his dad his whole life. It's been working out.
He does have to change.
That walkout.
And listen, I told you, as obnoxious and crazy as he is, as much smack as he's talked, and recently he's talked smack about me, it's all love, baby. I'm good with it. I can take it. I actually like LaVar Ball. I think he's a bit obnoxious. I think that he's off kilter in some of the things that he says. I think he's hurt his sons, in his own way, and it comes across as a bit selfish. But it doesn't mean that he should be somebody that should be vilified. I just disagree with some of the things that he's done, and he can say what he wants to say. But here's what it comes down to. This is not college. This is not the amateurs. This is not a college or a university campus where the coach is in complete control and the NCAA and all of this other stuff is hovering over you. This is the National Basketball Association. This is professional basketball. Checks get assigned and checks get cashed and mortgages get paid and car payments get paid because of what you're doing on the NBA level. You cannot have a situation where your daddy is running his mouth to the detriment potentially of the team, talking about the coach, talking about how the coach lost the team, talking about how players are tuning them out. And you as a player just go like this. I have nothing to say. I just play my daddy talks. Because don't tell me, and I've asked NBA players this. I've asked former NBA players and present NBA players, and I said this to them. If you have a teammate whose dad is saying those kind of things about the team, you're not going back and looking at that player and going like this, where the hell he get that from? You sure you ain't saying anything to your daddy? You sure you ain't go home and while y'all chilling in the crib with LaMelo and LaAngelo and everybody else, you trying to tell me you said nothing to your daddy about this team and your daddy's just running his mouth? Now, it's believable that he is, but I'm saying as a player, you're going to ask that question. So if you are Lonzo Ball and you know that to be the reality, you just sitting back and saying nothing is weak.
No, it's
weak.
That's not going to change anything. The only thing that will change things is if he's balling and they're winning. When did the Eli Apple, Annie Apple situation become a real deal?
When he started struggling.
When he was struggling on the field and the team was losing. Then now you have to deal with that whole situation because his mother is talking and people are saying it's affecting him. And by the way, she's actually a professional who does that for a living, right? So it's even more complicated. In LaVar's case, if Lonzo was balling and they were winning, it would be a non-issue.
Let me tell you why you're wrong about that. Because the comments emanates from the fact that they weren't winning. It's not like he made the comments when they were winning. You don't get to separate them. You don't get to sit there and compartmentalize and say, I'm going to take this thing, and if they were winning. No. He said it because they were losing. And so as a result of it, wait a minute here, what's going on? And I'm not saying that that's what happened. I don't know. I'm not in their household. I'm only making the point that if you are a player and a dad says something that intricate, that invasive, it does provoke you to look at the individual with a raised eyebrow and saying you have nothing to say. You don't have to disrespect.
There's nothing he can do, Stephen A. His dad's not going to listen to him, even if he tries.
Can I tell you what he can do? I'll tell you what he can do. You don't disrespect your daddy. Honor thy mother and thy father. You don't disrespect your daddy, okay? You don't do that. You don't speak against him. But what you do sit up there and say is this. My dad, this is what he does. I'm telling you right.
He said.
No. He said, I play, he talks. He did not say, I am telling you right now, the coach has not lost this team. We stand behind our coach. We love playing for our coach.
Yeah, he could reinforce
He could
that.
have said
Yep.
that.
That's fair.
Yes.
That's fair.
He could have said, he never said a word. And by the way, he wasn't the only one. Magic Johnson never said a word for 4 days.
What does that tell you, Stephen A?
Well, that tells me that Magic Johnson did not hire Luke Walton.
That's what I'm saying.
And as a result, Magic Johnson, listen, David Fizdale, the former coach for the Memphis Grizzlies, he was in town. He was in town. Yeah, he's in town. I'm sorry, he's in town now. He's in town now. I'm just saying that's somebody that L.A. needs to keep their eyes on in case things go south.
Big fan of his and his wife.
And I'm not rooting against Luke Walton because I like him.